What's up, everybody? It's Dell, and I made a trip to Ed McKay's in Mebane, North Carolina, my favorite place to go thrifting for movies. And I came back with a bunch of goodies after I traded in a bunch of goodies. So let's see how well I did by staying out my own pocket. I, like I said, had a bunch of stuff to trade in. I came out with about 80 bucks in store credit. So let's see how we did. And we're gonna start with some stuff that is not superhero related because I got a big stack of that too, and I wanted to get to that last. But let's first thing up, I got some. I'll start with the DVDs, then I moved on to some Blu-rays. And first DVD I grabbed was this one, Hard Lessons, starring Denzel Washington. And to be honest, that is entirely the reason that I picked this up is because it is starring Denzel Washington. It's a okay-ish movie. Not let's not lie. It's not even a good movie. He's fine in the movie. He stars as George McKenna, who is kind of lean on me light is what this movie is. But you see there, it also was okay, 95 cents. I'm in that spot right now where Denzel is. He's been talking about retirement a lot lately. He just hit 70 years old, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'd be cool to have every Denzel movie in my collection. I don't know if I'll get there, but I've got a bunch of them, and this is one I did not have, so I grabbed that one. The next one falls into that so bad it's awesome territory, at least for me. If you're familiar with Dolomite, then you know who Rudy Ray Moore is. Rudy Ray Moore, he made a handful of movies with that character, and some where he was not that character, but he was still that character. If you know, you know. And this is one I did not have in my collection. I've got, I think, most of the others. And this one is, you can see there, P.D. Wheatstraw, The Devil's Son-in-Law, and this one's about $6. This one ran. I don't even think I've seen this one. I've seen all the others, but for some reason I haven't. This one has eluded me. All right, next is the rest of these here are Blu-ray until we get to the superhero stuff. And if you're in my house, this franchise is ranked near the top as far as things we've watched the most. A lot of that is due to the missus. She's a big fan of the star of this franchise, at least two of the movies. And that movie, or these movies, because this is a double feature, Triple X and Triple X State of the Union, which actually stars Ice Cube. Of course, Triple X stars Vin Diesel. And as you can see, there was about $5 for this one. Uh, I have I had this one on Blu-ray, the original. I had the Ice Cube one on DVD, so that's an upgrade for that. And so now I can also get rid of the individual one, save some space for me. Next thing is Steven Spielberg's version of West Side Story. Grab this one, and again, another $5 purchase here. Again, not sure if you can see, but there you go. I really enjoyed this film. Um, it has its flaws, but it's definitely a modern update on the original. So I will probably watch and enjoy this again because my wife was actually asking me about this one, and I didn't have it, which is kind of rare. Next movie was directed by my guy, the RZA from Wu Tang Clan. If you're familiar with me, then you know Wu Tang is one of my favorites. Um, this movie is not the one that first pops into your mind when you hear directed by RZA. That's usually The Man with Iron Fist. I have both of those movies. There are two of those. This one is Cutthroat City, also a solid movie. And this one looks like about $7. Yeah, went for about $7. So had to pick up this one. You see Shamik Moore is the star up there. The next movie might be one of the worst basketball movies ever, but I picked it up anyway for a couple of reasons. Yes, 95 cents was one of those reasons. The other reason is the star is Hall of Fame basketball player. It's not LeBron James in Space Jam, even though that sucks too. If I come across that for 95 cents, I'll probably get it. Otherwise, I will not. But this for 95 cents, I grabbed this. Is Kevin Durant starring in Thunderstruck back in the days when he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And yes, I have seen this movie. Yes, it's horrible. I will watch it again just because it's so horrible. It's that bad. So if you want to see how bad it is, I don't know if you can find it streaming, maybe Tubi or something like that. I don't know. Uh, the next movie that I picked up is the next two movies actually fairly new releases, meaning they just hit physical media within the last month. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're within the last month. And you know, when things come out now on Blu-ray, they're going uh, between 20 and 25 bucks right now for brand new Blu-rays. And this one I got for 12. And this was Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. Uh, I didn't hate this movie. I did enjoy it. I actually enjoyed it. I know it's not gotten the best reviews. I did enjoy it, but I acknowledge that it is very flawed. But I did enjoy it, and I already had the first one, so you know me, had to get the second one. The next movie also actually a dollar less, so about $11, but also fairly new to physical media. And I also have all the previous entries in this franchise, and that is Kung Fu Panda 4. So very happy to have this one, another movie that I have seen. And yeah, I really did enjoy this. I enjoy all the Kung Fu Panda movies. So I hope you do. If you don't, you know, maybe you might be one of those cold-hearted people, but I enjoy Poe, and this movie was missing the Furious Five, but still like it. Lastly, for this section of movies is probably my favorite pickup of this entire haul, and it is of a movie I had on DVD. I couldn't find it on Blu-ray. I knew this edition was out there, and I was very surprised and very happy to come across it and grabbed it. And that is a digibook Blu-ray for the Tuskegee Airmen, um, based on a true story, and also very important that I have this movie based on a lot of what's going on in politics today, and the attempted erasure of a lot of things, including black servicemen and the contributions that they made to the United States military and the country at large. So I felt it was pretty important for me to grab this one. Even though I did have the DVD, I did want to upgrade it. And since it is a digibook, it came with all these fantastic pictures in here and a little bit of writing, some captions with there. So I'm very glad to have this. Anybody who's not familiar with the Tuskegee Airmen and what they did in real life, if you saw the movie Red Tails, by the way, that's another version of this story, and that one's directed by George Lucas. Not as good in my opinion. Had better aerial fights because it's George Lucas. He had a lot of money. But the real life story is World War II. Uh, they decided that they needed more pilots, and so they initiated a program to train African Americans to become pilots, and it was run at Tuskegee University. And they were very successful in the missions that they were given. I'll let you watch the entire movie on your own for that. That takes us over into the other part of this, which is the superhero haul, which is a lot of a lot of movies here, a lot of and a TV show. Very apropos because for me, the Tuskegee Airmen are real life superheroes, so I appreciate everything that they did. All right. First up for my superhero stack here, again, we're going to start with DVDs, and we're going to go with this one here. This is Beware the Batman, or yeah, Beware the Batman, Dark Justice. Was one of his many animated shows. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of this one. Went $5 for this one, and this is 13 episodes on 2 discs. I'm not sure if it's the first. Well, it has to be the first season because I think it was only one season. But I don't think I've ever seen any of this, so I'm definitely gonna give this a watch. Next is a movie that I'm aware is out there on Blu-ray, but they want quite a bit for it, and I haven't come across it for anything cheaper. And I just didn't have it. I do have the reboot or remake. It's not even remake, reboot of this. And this is Judge Dredd, with starring Sylvester Stallone. Um, $5 for this one. And I'm gonna be honest with you, due to the things I was just talking about before, with the what's going on with the American military and how certain things are trying to be erased. Sly Stallone honestly has kind of landed on my naughty list because of his new position, and I don't know if that's unfair of me or not, but it seems fair. He's ambassador to Hollywood. Out here to one of the three I think ambassadors there are to help clean up Hollywood and make it better for somebody. But nonetheless, I'm a superhero movie collector. So, and this is secondhand, maybe third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand. So none of that money is going right into Sly's pocket. I do have a bunch of Sly Stone movies. I'm not planning on getting rid of them or anything like that. But I'm a little sour on Stallone right now. The next thing, also a TV show that I don't think I've seen any of, and this is one of the many X-Men shows, and this is X-Men Sanctuary Parts 1 and 2. And yep, this one was $7 total. The art, honestly, on the cover looks pretty generic, pretty much below standard, actually, not even generic. So I'm a little cautious to see. I'm not sure if this was part of the series from '97 or not. If it was, then I did see that, but I don't think this was. But either way, I'm happy to have this because I want to check it out and see what's going on there. Next is a TV show that I grew up on. Could never find a decent DVD version of it. I have a DVD version of it in my collection that I found at a dollar store, and you put them on, and it looks like a VHS rip from a VCR that was not functioning very well. So hopefully this turns out a little better. The packaging is definitely better. And this is, I'm going to show the side so you can see the entire title, The Lone Ranger Show Collection. And it's got 2 discs on here. And I think it's got, 17 episodes. I will have fun revisiting this Ohio Silver Away and all that good stuff. Yes, I get, Tonto is definitely a problematic character in these times, in 2025. But like I said, I grew up on this show, so I'm going to revisit this and have a blast watching that. Now I have movies. Those are mostly TV shows, all TV shows. Now I have some movies here, and these are all Blu-ray. And the first one up is this one here, Justice League V or X RWBY. I'm not familiar with the RWBY. I think they're an anime franchise, and they did a team up with the Justice League. And this is part 1 of a two-part story. And part 1 here went for $6 there, and they had part 2. Part 2 went for double that, went for $13. And but since they were there, I had to get them, and I think these are the only 2 parts. I'll double check that for myself, but I did have to grab both of these. More Justice League goodness here. This one's a upgrade from DVD, and this one is Justice League Gods and Monsters, and this one went for $11. And I don't think I've seen this one. I've there's so many of them. I think this is one of the ones that I missed, so I'll definitely give this one a watch. And finally, we're at Comic Book Movie Collector's Guide. He's my guy. What's up, Troy? He when he does his hauls every month, he comes up with the bargain of the month, which is what gave him the best bang for his buck that month. And the way he says the bargain of the month, I'm not quite that charming and have that much charisma as Troy. But I found this to definitely be the bargain of the month, because even though it's a movie that I'm not real fond of, to be honest with you, one, the price tag on it, 95 cents. Second, and I had the movie, but this edition was too much to pass up. At 95 cents, it was this lenticular cover edition, very thick with booklets inside, of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. As you can see, Wonder Woman all over the back there, and you get you probably have seen it a couple times, but we get Batman and Superman right there. And not sure why it was marked down so low. And if you're looking at when I turn to the back, you can see it, especially there's a lot of jagged stuff going on up here. And at first, I think that might have been part of the reason that it was marked down. I don't know, but as I opened it in the store to see what was going on, it's really the card that was stuck to the back when it was originally sold. So whoever owned this before just took it off and stuck it inside. Honestly, I'll probably throw it away, and I'll have a perfectly fine, wonderful edition of Batman v Superman. And yeah, this is another one with lots of great pictures on the inside. Sorry if there's a little bit of glare going on there. Some of you may have this already and have seen this, but I'm not going to go through every page, but it's a pretty nice edition of the movie, and I am going to watch it again. And the reason, because and maybe I'm a little bit of a glutton for punishment, but you know, when I go through these phases where, okay, I'm going to watch the MCU again, or I'm going to watch the DCEU again, and that's kind of where I am with that. All right, let's see about the math on this. If you were counting along, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, probably didn't. But I told you at the beginning that I had about 80 bucks store credit. All total, this was, I'm not going to give you an exact total because that will require my receipt, but this came up to about $120. So I came out of pocket for 40 bucks. More than I wanted to, but that's always the case. But not bad for the amount of things that I came home with. So I'm going to give myself a B grade if I were grading myself. And yeah, I think I did okay. That's all I have for you. Thanks for hanging out with me. And if you've been here before, thanks for hanging out with me again. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.